Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Bernanke, ever since the Dodd-Frank conference, there's been a debate about whether non-financial end users were exempt from margin requirements. Then Chairman Dodd and Chairman Lincoln acknowledged that the language for end users was not perfect and tried to clarify the intent of the language with a joint letter. In the letter, they stated the legislation does not authorize the regulators to impose margin on end users, those exempt entities that use swaps to hedge or mitigate commercial risk. In April 2011, prudential regulators issued a joint proposal that would in fact require non-financial end users to post margin to their bank counterparties. According to the proposed rule, the proposal to require margin stems directly from what they view to be a legal obligation under Title VII. Recently, I offered an amendment with Senator Johans to fulfill congressional intent by providing an explicit exemption from margin requirements for non-financial end users that qualify for the clearing exemption. The amendment is identical to the House bill, which passed the House by a vote of 370 to 24. Is it accurate, in your opinion, that regardless of congressional intent, the banking regulators view the plain language of the statute as requiring them to impose some kind of margin requirement on non-financial end users unless Congress changes the statute?
We believe that the statute does require us to impose some type of margin requirement. We tried to mitigate the effect as much as possible by allowing for exemptions when the credit risk associated with the margin was viewed as being sufficiently small. So many small end users would be exempt in practice.
Do you agree that the non-financial end users hedging does not contribute to systemic risk, that the economic benefits from their risk management activity, that the economy benefits from their hedging activity, and that it's appropriate for Congress to provide an explicit exemption from margin requirements for non-financial end users that qualify for the clearing exemption?
I certainly agree that non-financial end users benefit and that the economy benefits from the use of derivatives. It seems to be the sense of a large portion of the Congress that that exemption should be made explicit, and speaking for the Federal Reserve, we're very comfortable with that proposal.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to shift